I'm saying fuck it on that. Sure, who cares? It'll be fine, dude. It's gonna be fine. It's like I don't know what I'm even sweating about. It's the cat just knocked over a bunch of papers that were put into recycling, and I could not feel less like cleaning it up. So I think I'm just gonna save that as this is gonna be a tomorrow problem. I think on that, fuck that, dude. I don't want to deal with that. That is just not worth it at all. We've got a little MLB big inning on right now. As we're waiting for Shohei Ohtani to hit a home run. If I'm being honest, it's Monday, 8:45. We're waiting for the UConn Michigan game to start, which should be good. But we're waiting for Shohei Ohtani to hit a home run, and we're in the top of the sixth for the Dodgers. They're leading 6-1, and he hasn't done it yet. And I just kind of think he's due. I hope he fucking picks one up because him and Yordan Alvarez, who I think plays for Houston, could really have me in a spot here. I mean, this is a 3-pick parlay that we went all out on. Things have not gone well, if I'm being on with the with the parlay, or not even the parlay thing, just the fucking um shit. The fucking 61 cents to $20 thing. That just has not worked out. So far we've had just a ton of bad luck going on, and unfortunately we are down to 16 cents, and you can't bet less than 10 cents, so we just put all 16 cents on a 3-pick parlay. Shohei Ohtani, Yordan Alvarez, and Cal Raleigh to all homer, and that'll be a big pay bump if it fucking cashes, but I'll tell you, Shohei's got us sweating a little bit. Alvarez is still in the top of the first, so we got time there, but dude, if this doesn't hit, it's gonna really suck that we failed with it. Took about 3 weeks, I think, for us to fail this self-imposed challenge. But it is what fuck it, who cares, Uh oh man. But anyway, welcome back to the show, guys. We're doing Pat on the Back, trying something a little different. We're gonna do a little bit of a watch along type of thing, and just kind of see how the stream of thought goes during the big national championship game. That could be fun, could be not fun. Just flash a little skin there for you. Look at that. Look at a little pasty like me, huh? Look at that. But we're trying some things out. And we're gonna see how it goes and kind of what we come up with. Um, man, baseball is it. I do think that this big inning thing is the best way to do it for like when you're by yourself, because if you can watch a game going on, I guess, if you're into it, but I just don't know baseball like that, I guess. So it can get a little stale sometimes, and that is what it is, I guess. Otani's up right now. Is he pitching or hitting? I can't tell who's wearing which colors. Looks like LA's got the blue on Monday night. So, Otani hits one deep. He hits one deep. Homer. Yes. Oh, solo home run. Who cares? I don't care that it's a solo home run. I don't even care what happens for the rest of this Dodgers game, if I'm being completely honest. Now we've got everything right over here in Houston, and that feels fucking good. I knew he was due. He didn't have a home run all season yet. And I was like, he's got to get one. It looked like he hit a nasty slider. I don't know what that was. But man, oh man. Shohei might be the best baseball player of all time. I don't know enough about baseball to fully commit to that, but I've heard other people say that, like, bigger names like Coward and stuff have said that, and I'm like, he must be. Are we showing fans crying? I believe we just saw some Toronto Blue Jays fans crying in the stands. Sad. Did this guy just homer in the Houston game? I wasn't even watching it. I don't think so. It was a nice hit though. Dude, so last week I was I was a little sick, under the weather, I guess you could say, and I woke up fucking Wednesday morning and my eyes were glued to each other. Like just my eyelash. I had to get up. I was peeking through them. I woke up at 2:30 in the morning to take a piss. And I'm like peeking through my eyelashes, stumbling through the dark to get to the bathroom. Fortunately, I've heard of eye gunk stories in the past, so I knew how to conduct myself appropriately. You know, heat up the warm rag, wipe everything off. But I'm like, oh my god, like that sucked. I don't know what that was. And then tried to get some sleep, and then just got up, went to the bathroom again, went to work. Didn't think anything about it until I got to the work. Till I got to work, and I hit the bathroom again, and fucking my eyes were so bloodshot red. It was crazy. Like I looked like I had recently gotten out of a wildfire. Like there was a massive fire in the rainforest that I escaped from and just inhaled nothing but smoke for 6 hours. My eyes were so fucking red. And I was just like, well, I'm just going to stay. I'm already at work. It takes me an hour to get here. So fuck it. I'm just going to tough it out to the end of the workday. My mom's like, hey, you probably shouldn't go to the gym. You know, you should go to the doctor. So I'm like, well, first step isn't go to the doctor. First step is go to Dr. Moss. Okay. That's step one. I was like, I'm just going to go to my mom's house and she's going to take a peek at what I'm working with here with my fucking eyes. And I get there and I explain it to her and she's like, I think you have pink eye. I think you might have received a touch of the pink eye. And I was like, perfect. Great. So I take the next day off of work, go to the doctor, and it was just like a Hartford like walk-in clinic, but they handled it in a way that I do think was kind of funny. You know, like I walk in there and they start helping me and I'm like, perfect. That's exactly what we so I'm in there and they're helping me out and they're like, yeah, you do have pink eye. It's just caused by the common cold. I was like, I didn't know you could get the common cold in your eyes. So that was something. And they're like, there's nothing we can do for it, but we'll give you some antibiotics for the cold. And you're just gonna have to fucking wait out the pink eye, honestly. I was like, that kind of sucks a little bit. Why does it look like the camera shifted? Was it always crooked this way? Or is that just me? We straighten that up. Maybe. Who the fuck knows? Um, so fucking the shit is I'm in there and they're like, well, where do you want your prescription go? And I was like, I haven't been to the doctor in 10 years. I haven't had a prescription in 10 years since the army removed my wisdom teeth. So wherever you feel like sending it. And they're like, well, where you look? I was like, just send it to Walgreens. I don't give a shit. You know, like it's not going to Walgreens. So I was like, why? They're like, that pharmacy sucks. You're going to go to the CVS pharmacy in Target. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I was like, oh, okay. Like, I don't care. Like, fine. If that's where it's going, that's where it's going. Who gives a shit? Like, so I go there, impulsively buy a t-shirt that fits fine, I guess, but I didn't think about how colors affect your skin. So it just washes me the fuck out. So I can't really wear it. So I spent $15 essentially on a t-shirt that I can wear to bed. You know, sorry for that banging crash. I don't know if I'm gonna leave that in or not or cut it. But the cat is just fucking around, apparently. Just knocking shit over. I know it's nothing valuable, otherwise I'd be over there, but it's also like that's annoying, you know? Like I'd rather this stop happening. But anyway, so I walk in and I'm waiting for my prescription, 9:30 in the morning. And walks by 2 female EMTs who were insanely attractive for the town that I live in and for the job that they do. I was like, this is not a fair thing to do to me. Oh, so Cal Riley just took a pitch in the dirt, missed his glove, hit him right in the fucking balls. Who is that? Jung? Whoever Jung is on the Texas Rangers, he bats a .138, and Gilbert hummed one in there. Just a little low, bounced him right in the balls. You know what? I'm glad he got the home run in the first inning, because here we are, bottom of the third. I don't think he gets a fucking home run after taking one to the nads. There's no way, dude. That had to hurt. They stopped the game. That had to hurt so bad. I can't imagine taking a pro fastball. I mean, this guy, Gilbert, he's throwing a splitter at 79 miles an hour. I don't know what he threw on the pitch to the balls, but I bet you it was going faster than 79. That thing, the slow-mo was unreal on that. That had to hurt so bad. Oh my God. Oh shit, that sucks. But anyway, so I'm at Target waiting in line at the pharmacy, and these 2 hot EMTs walk by me with one of my weaknesses, which is blonde hair and dark roots, and they both have it, so that sucks. And so they walk by me, and I look at them, and I was like, I couldn't look worse than I look right now. Like, I'm dressed just fine. It was a rainy day, so I wore my gym shoes instead of my nice sneakers. I fucking I fucking had had just like a whatever sweatshirt on with a Red Sox hat on, and just again, just the most red, gross looking eyes you could possibly have. Just nothing appealing about the way I looked at all. And that shit was like, dude, what the fuck are we doing? Like, that sucks. Like, that happened to me on just a Wednesday or Thursday morning. It was a Thursday morning, 9:30. You never see any pretty girls in my town. And then bam, right there. First thing in the morning when I couldn't look worse. Fucking way to be me, dude. But we've got tip off on the UConn game. And being UConn is, they're insanely lucky, but they're lucky to the point where, like, it can't be luck. You know what I mean? Like, at a certain point, it has to be that they're just that good. And, you know, Michigan is insanely good. Probably better than UConn, but UConn just has this way of winning where you can't count them out. This would be the first, if UConn loses, this would be the first time Dan Hurley lost a national championship. While playing in one, that is. And fucking Connecticut sucks as a, like, there's nothing I like about Connecticut. One of the best parts of Connecticut is UConn basketball, men's or women's. UConn basketball is one of the best things about living in Connecticut. One of the worst things about living in Connecticut is that Connecticut residents cannot gamble on Connecticut college sports. As far as I know, like, I mean, what's the pro team that we have is the Connecticut Sun, which I heard is relocating to a different state. So we won't even have them anymore. So really all we'll have is UConn. And we can't even bet on it. What the hell is that? Just let us bet on our sports, man. It's our team. Let us bet on them. You know, it's selling the other team to beat them. Like, so what the fuck? Like, I mean, all 3 years, 3 of the last 4 years, I think it is, I haven't been able to bet on the college basketball national championship because UConn's been in it. And it's like that. I mean, I'm still gonna watch the game, but that takes the fun out of it a little bit, don't you think? Like, being a Connecticut-based sports fan is like it's so tricky because you can gamble here. I can't, as a Connecticut resident, can't gamble in Rhode Island. It's like, all right, fine, whatever. But like, I wanna bet on the sports that what if I wanted to gamble on the game that I'm going to? I can do that if I go to a Patriots game. I can do that if I go to a Red Sox game. I think I can do that if I go to Detroit or the Rangers or fucking what. I can gamble on all them. I might have to place the bets before I leave the state, but I can gamble on them. But I can't drive to. I don't think I can go to Massachusetts and bet on Connecticut sports. I don't think I'm allowed to do that. You know, and that's fucked up, in my opinion, because I fucking like betting on sports. It's fucking fun. I enjoy doing it. One thing I do want to just find out, like, I don't want to, because I know I'll never be able to actually do anything with it, but I want to see a pitch. Like, I want to experience what it looks like as a batter having a professional baseball thrown your way. Like, I want to see what it looks like. Like, I want to see what they're seeing because I've never been in a batter box while someone was throwing a ball 98 miles an hour. So I would love to see what it looks like. I feel like part of me feels like it would be scary for a second because it's coming so fast that I think you may not even be able to jump. I don't know. Like, I don't know if you could flinch off of that, but it's gotta be a bit nerve wracking to see a fucking absolute heater coming your way. Like, holy shit. I had to crack a little Dr. Pete. I try not to drink too much soda, but I do drink energy drinks here and there. But I was like, I don't really want to do that tonight. Like, this game it's kind of fucked up. I don't like it for us who are watching on the East Coast that the national championship game started at 8:50. That's when they had tip off. At 8, like, that's way too late, dude. Like, I wanna have some energy while I'm watching it. It's a big game. It's a Monday night. It's the biggest game on tonight by far. I mean, what are we talking about? Like early season baseball, that doesn't matter. Uh, Late season basketball and hockey, like, a lot of that shit's been decided. Like, the men's national championship is obviously the highlight game tonight. And it's like, for one, why is it not more accessible? Like, you have to either watch on TBS, which I don't have TV, or you have to stream it on HBO, which I don't have access to HBO right now. So I have to stream the game, but I can't stream it on the TV. I gotta stream it on my phone, which is like, dude, like, I mean, I'm gonna watch Big Inning. I actually really like watching MLB Big Inning a lot. But, I want the championship game on the big screen. You know what I mean? And I don't know how to do all that screen mirroring shit. If you guys are returning to the show and you've seen the show before or listened to it or watched it or whatever, you know that, like, I'm clearly not good with technology. It is not my strong suit at all. But fuck it, this shit's like, at a certain point, you're like, it is kind of nuts that I can't just easily watch the big game. If I can't watch a lot of the other games, fine. But that's like, it's borderline like being like, I'm not able to watch the Super Bowl. Like, the fuck, I don't know I don't remember if I talked about this last week or not, or if I talked to someone at work about this last week, but will we hit a home run here? St. Louis versus I don't know who hit that. I think the Cardinals did. Jordan Walker's another solo homer. He's got 3 on the season. Huh. Anyway, I may have talked about this last week or just talked to somebody at work about it. I don't remember. But this I don't remember what it's called, like ASP or whatever, the computer pitch system or the assisted pitching system or whatever AP. I don't remember. I think it's APS or ABS, assisted ball system or something. And this shit is, for one, very particular, which I do like. But these batters and catchers who challenge these plays or these pitches or calls or whatever are crazy. For one, you only get like X amount per game. It's kind of like it's like a challenge in football where if you challenge and you lose, then you lose a timeout. And if you challenge and you win, then you get to keep the challenge. Which I'm okay with that. But they'll call a challenge. Like a batter will call a challenge on a pitch. And when they look at the assisted review thing, the computer thing, it's like a fraction of an inch inside of the strike zone. They're like, it's a strike. And you're like, how did you see that? That's one of the reasons why I want to get like in a batter box. I don't think I would even make an attempt at hitting a ball, but I'd like to see if I'd be able to. If they just threw fastballs at me, I just want to see like what it looks like on approach. And that's part of the reason why. Is like, can you really see where it's going? Like, can you really see like, hey, this is your batter's box? And you really watch where that ball is coming in at? Can I challenge a strike? You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking nuts, dude. See, and then this guy just challenged a pitch because he was like, it's not a strike. And then they look at it and it was 100% a strike. So it's like, how, like, being able to tell has got to be so fucking hard, dude. It's got to be so hard. I got into this debate with a buddy one time because he's a massive football fan. And I'm mostly a football fan, but just really a sports fan in general. And we were having a discussion on, I think that like a really spectacular, like impressive catch in baseball is just as, if not more impressive than a spectacular catch in football. And if you guys have an opinion on that, feel free to leave a comment. But I mean, you watch some of these catches that they make where the reaction time in baseball is insane. Or they're running a full sprint, tracking. I mean, it's a baseball. It's that big. It's that big. You're tracking something that size through the air, like while in a full sprint, and then you jump and dive, lay out completely, and catch the ball, and then like hit the ground, and you hang on to it. That shit's impressive. Climbing the wall to like rob a home run, that wild. Jumping over like the foul fence or whatever, you know what I mean, where it's shorter, jumping over that just into the stands and catching the ball. That's nuts. And football's got some impressive stuff going on. I'm not saying they don't, but no one's jumping into the bleachers to catch a ball in football. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is crazy. Rarely are you running at full speed at the time of the catch. That doesn't happen very often. And it's big. Like, you can catch it like this. To catch a baseball, you only ever get the option of one hand. And so when you see one, you see one. Is this another guy got hit in the balls? What was that?
100 pitch thrown by Joe Ryan, and Caratini needs time.
It's another ball shot. How often is this happening in baseball? Where like the ball will get tipped by the bat or something, or the catcher will just miss it, and they get hit right in the fucking nads. This is two I've seen in the past half an hour. Does this happen all the time? Am I not watching enough ball? They're taking too many, 2 hits in 2 separate games. That's a lot of ball talk during baseball. That's crazy. I wonder if this is a normal happening. That fucking sucks. I wish I knew who the catcher was on. I think it's the Tigers, or no, it's Texas. I'm pretty sure who took the shot to the Nats. No, it's the catcher for the Twins. My bad. I'm sorry. It's the catcher for the Twins took the shot in the Nats. So him and Cal Raleigh so far, that I've seen. I'm starting to think that there's been so many more of these tonight that I just haven't seen. It's got to happen all the time. All the fucking time. I bet you're out there just taking hits to the ball. About halfway through the first half of the national championship game, I think UConn just got their first lead, 16-13, off a missed 3, and then an offensive rebound, and then that fucking kid, I'm pretty sure it's him anyway, that kid who won that buzzer beater against fucking, who was that, Duke? Just hit another big 3-pointer from the corner. And dude, I don't know, is that a white guy thing now, hitting fucking splash jumpers? Or is that a basketball player thing? That, like, they're all just, because I don't know, some of these jump shots you're seeing in there, just white guys are making a lot of them. Maybe it's just UConn. Connecticut's a very white place. We might just have like the best white players in the country. I would not rule that possibility out at all. I mean, just think of the name is Connecticut. That's a white place, just solely based on the name. Connecticut is a white place. I saw a girl on a dating app. I don't know, fucking 45 minutes to an hour ago. She's a former D1 volleyball player. Said she was seeking a basketball boy. Now, I don't know if that just means a basketball player, or if she specifically means she's looking for like if that's a racial term, that sounds like a racist term for black guys, if I'm being honest. Like, a basketball boy. I'm looking for a basketball boy. You're looking for a black guy, which is fine, but like, just say, like, I don't think they would appreciate being called basketball boys. Now, maybe that's not how you meant it, but I'll tell you that's certainly how it sounds. Okay, like, as a someone just coming across it randomly, calling them basketball boys does not sound good. And you're like 23, 24 and went to college. You're former D1. You should know what is okay to say and what is not okay to say. Me, late 20s, white guy, comedian, sports fan, I'll say a lot of things that should not be said. But you are a 23-year-old white woman. You cannot be saying the same things that I say. That is not fair. Okay, that's my territory of upsetting people with my words. Okay? You don't get to do that. Just out of, like, just don't. My culture is not your costume. So don't be calling these guys the basketball boys. Okay? Say basketball player. Don't be cute with it, because now you seem racist, and that's no good for anybody. You know, no one wants you to be walking around calling them the basketball boys.
This is to continue Houston, so maybe a little catching up here with some former teammates. Kyle Tucker doing Kyle Tucker things. On the top right, it's Wilson Contreras at the plate for
UConn's offensive rebounding has been impressive so far during this game. It just seems like they're coming. I mean, I'm bouncing back between the baseball and the basketball, but it seems like they're coming up with everything, which is crazy. Do you guys think that if you you guys think that if you were gay in the 1800s, you'd be pro or anti-slavery? Because obviously the answer is anti. You'd be anti-slavery is bad. Be anti-slavery. But also, like, changing lips are very exciting. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably a good time, like, on that front, and Rihanna said that. So that's, who am I to question her? So this is something I thought about for a little bit now that I haven't been able to figure out the words on, but basically it's like, so, you know how guys will, like, they always refer to, like, their cars, their boats, their trucks. It's always a her, you know? And but then those kind of guys, like, those are the same guys who, like, put, like truck nuts on their truck, and it's like, do you think those guys think about how, like, they're making their vehicle trans by calling it a her, but it has a ball sack? Do you think, if given that realization, that they would have a problem with that? Because I feel like if that was pointed out to them, that would ruffle some feathers and quite a big way for them that they would not like at all. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense to me. Oh, so I took a bathroom break, and honestly, if I missed another ball sack hit, I'm gonna be a little upset. I want to look that up. Do catchers get hit in the nads by pitch? Okay, so unfortunately, getting hit in the nads is not a tracked statistic for Major League Baseball, but it just says that it happens occasionally, which makes me feel like the highest risk occurs during erratic pitches, when blocking balls in the dirt, or when a batter's swing hits the catcher, which occurs in roughly 70 to 90 plus instances per season in MLB. Okay, so that it is not a track statistic, but from what I'm gathering from that is that we can expect, anywhere from 70 to 90 ball to ball contact for a catcher. 70 to 90 a season. Yeah, I just saw 2 tonight, and there could have been more that I missed. Some of these earlier games or whatever. I feel like, how did I not know about this before? I feel like that's something that I would have loved to have known was going on in a more consistent basis. Or, like, just earlier in my life. I would just have loved to have. I never even considered that a catcher would miss the ball and it would hit him right in the loafs, you know, pop him square in the two veg. Never even considered that to be a thing that would happen. I don't know why. I guess I just figured that catchers, like, they just don't miss. You know what I mean? If they miss, it's like a wild pitch going to the outside. It's never one coming straight at them. Like, I mean, think about, like, when a ball gets thrown to, like, first base. If it's coming directly at them, they're probably going to catch it. Like, it's right there. I never once thought about how, but then I just watched that pitch in Boston. Whitlock, he threw pitch number 3, and you look at the ball placement in the grid thing, and it's clearly hovering. It's a direct beeline straight to. If the guy doesn't catch it, it's going to hit him right in the balls. I can't believe I never thought about this. It's blowing my mind, if I'm being honest. Never once considered how a baseball could get missed and hit you in the nads.
It's such a good pitch. You see it come off the hand.
Or maybe it doesn't hit you in the nads, maybe it hits it straight shaft. Imagine that. That's got to be way worse. I mean, the balls hurt, but it's like everyone gets hit in the balls. Imagine just taking one straight to the monster, just banging right off your pre-femur. That doesn't make sense. Pre-femur? That's not a term that we can use for your penis. Lost the national championship game. I shouldn't say I lost the national championship. I can't get it to load. So I guess we're just gonna score watch, which is not the same as like it's like UConn's winning it, and they've looked great, but it's like, dude, like it's I want to watch the game. I don't want to watch like a play-by-play pop up on Yahoo Sports. I mean, I'm enjoying the MLB big inning, but it's like this just because I like big inning. You know what I mean? This is almost another shot. The same guy on the Twins, I think. No, it was that was the Sox.
Get out there.
Red Sox. Oh, I almost just saw a third hit to the balls.
Getting it May.
Pitch to the nads. A fucking zoomer to the a zoomer to the cooter. I don't know. Can you use cooter for a male package? The Pirates have been interesting the past 2 years, I would say, because they've had the two like meteoric rise players that I can think of. I mean, in terms of like 2 years in a row, because you got to think who was the biggest like fresh player in the major league last year. I would say it was Paul Skeens, the pitcher for the Pirates. And now you look at so far early this season, who's been the big, up and comer this year has been Connor Griffin. I don't even know what position he plays. I really don't know that much about him, but I've been hearing his name a ton recently, and just about like how he's the youngest guy since 2018 to play or something or whatever it is, like, which doesn't sound that long ago, but like 2018 was 8 years ago. 2016 was 10 years ago. That's fucking nuts, dude. Like, I graduated from high school 10 years ago. That seems so strange to like actually slap that number on there, and you're like, damn, 10 years ago. So like Connor Griffin is blowing up. Paul Skeens blew up last year, and also he dates a model. So it's got to be nice to be a baseball player, honestly. For one, I do think they have very nice uniforms. Their alternates are always cool. Some of their like the Brewers' regular uniform just looks fucking sick. For what like that color combo is just it's nasty. It's good.
Taking advantage of it.
And then it like so you wear cool uniforms, you go to a ton of cities, there's a ton of games that you play, and there's no salary cap. You know what I mean? So you can make so much fucking money. You can make as much as they can afford to pay you. There is no like, well, we have to make sure we have money for everybody else. It's just like, how much do you want, essentially, which is nuts, dude. Like, that's got to be a cool way to go about life. And like, you could have a long career. There's plenty of guys with like, pretty decently length careers where I've seen pitchers going till they're like fucking 40, sometimes 40 plus. Like, and they're not even close to like slowing down. You can be fat. You could be fat and be a professional athlete. And I'm not talking like just big, where like an offensive lineman, their job is to just be big and hard to move. These guys are just like, I'm just fat and like I throw heat for 7 innings. Like that's crazy to me. You know? Not to mention, what's up with dude, every baseball player's got a fucking dump truck. They're really just not showing me the one. I haven't seen the Astros game pop up once. And we're waiting for Alvarez. He's got 4 home runs on the year. He's averaging a 400. and he is 0 for 2 so far tonight. Middle of the fourth. Like, he's got to fucking crank one out to greener pastures, doesn't he? Like, I think if he doesn't by the end of the sixth, I'm gonna have to cash out on that. Because if I don't cash out, then we are dead in the water in terms of the 61 cents to $20. If I don't cash out, we will have failed. So we might have to. I typically wouldn't, but if I don't, then we've failed already. So you gotta keep it alive. You know, this is a very random topic. I think if I was gonna name my kids something, I think I would name that I would give him a professional golfer kind of name. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'd name him Bryce or Price, Pryce. I would name Price O'Connor. That's a golfer. Dude, golfers make so much money. I think that's the way it would have to go. If I was gonna do it, I think I would name something like Price or Brooks. Brooks is I don't know if that's like a nickname or if that's a God-given name you can give someone, but Brooks O'Connor, that's a golfer. Any golfer name, I think is the way you gotta go. And I would just make them. I'd be like, "You're gonna be good at golf. Like, you're gonna start when we're 3, all that kind of shit. Like, you're gonna be a golfer because you can do that forever, you know? You can play golf forever. You can't You can't play baseball forever. Can't play football, soccer, hockey, any of those. You can't do that forever, but you can fucking golf forever. So you got to but the first step in, if you want them to make millions golfing, they got to have a golf name. There ain't no fucking Pat O'Connors on the PGA Tour. I can tell you that. But there could be a Price. There could be a Bryce. There could be a Brooks. They always have like kind of those like I don't want to say like childish, but they have like a little more fun loving name. Like Scotty Scheffler. Scotty Scheffler, that's a golfer's name. Price Callahan, that might be I either made that name up or that is the name of Owen Wilson's character in the movie or the TV show Stick. But Price Callahan, that's a golfer's name. That's a famous golfer's name, is Price Callahan. I don't think I'm intense enough to be a baseball player. You look, and like these batters are watching the pitcher, and they're just like, you got to stare like through them and try and read them and everything, and you're just like fucking looking each other down. I don't think I'm serious enough to be in that position. I think I would definitely I'd be doing something. So I'd be distracted. I'd be like, I'd be afraid to make like too much strong eye contact while the pitch is coming through or something. Like, it'd be something dumb like that. Like, I will say, impressive win by the Nationals on that. They scored like 6 runs in the bottom of the 8th to take a 6-9 lead. That's crazy, man. That's wild.
Watson up in the Sox pen again.
Okay, we've got Alvarez up here. Just a one pitch. Oh. Alvarez has been disappointing so far, if I'm being honest. I don't even know where I pulled that name off of. I think I had it was one of those preset ones, and I was like, I gotta do something to I've been off. I can't get a parlay to hit. I gotta do something to keep this shit alive. And I was like, oh, I'll just stick with fucking Alvarez I was like, they recommend Shohei, Alvarez, and one other guy were in a parlay, like a pre-made parlay thing. So I was like, okay, I'll do those. And then whoever the third guy was, I was like, I don't know, I'm just not feeling him for what. It was Schwarber. Who's he play for? The Phillies, I think. Either the Phillies or the Cubs. I was like, I'm out on him. I just don't. I've got a bad feeling about that. You can never trust these fucking things. You know what I mean? Like, and this thing is already plummeted, dude. Like, Yordan Alvarez, the cash out was at like $1 something. and now it's come back down to 39 cents. So, like, is he even gonna go up again before the 7th? I don't think so. So I think you have to cash out to keep to stay alive. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Here in the 5th, we're gonna have to cash out to stay alive. You watch, but then that's when he's gonna hit the home run. You know what I mean? So, I guess I don't know, he's 0 for 3, man, on the day, just taking first pitch swings that are just going nowhere. I think we're gonna cash out on it. We gotta live the fight another day here. We will have made profit on the day, which is good, which means we'll actually have the money to gamble, and then we're gonna cash out. It's the coward's move. It is the coward's move, and I feel ashamed to have done it, but I just have this feeling that Alvarez is not gonna get it done. He's just not looking like it. So we'll have to be back tomorrow and see if we can grow. But hey, so we went from 16 cents today. We're up to 39 cents. That's good growth. That's more than double our money. That ain't bad. Should we have cashed out earlier when it was, above $1? Obviously, yeah. But that was, we still had hope for Yardon to come through for us. So now if he does, great. But if not, like, we can't afford to lose any more tonight. We don't want it to come back down. And after the 7th inning, you can't cash out. And I don't think we're gonna see him in the 6th. I don't think they've had the bats like that. So Carl Schwarber does play for. I fucking thought he played for the Phillies. I knew it. I thought I was being stupid. But yeah, we had to call on that one. That's just, you got to live to fight another day. And if we had lost it all here, like, don't be greedy and lose it all. You gotta be smart about it when you challenge yourself to raise up from fucking nothing to something. You know what I mean? From 16 cents, we got to go from 16 cents all the way to $20 at this point. And so you got to take your wins when you can get them, which means you got to be smart about the ones you're going after too. You know? All right, guys, that might be where we call it for tonight, that we've cashed out. The Yukon game is back and forth. So we'll see how that ends. Maybe we'll give you a little recap for that, but I think that's gonna do it for us for now. And hey, maybe we'll see you again later this week. I don't know, but maybe we'll have to hit 2 separate recording days to talk a little more ball or something. But we've got the new format working on. It was a lot of fun, so I appreciate you guys listening. Thank you so much. If you guys enjoy the show, go check out Rudy Tuesday, comedy podcast I do with Breck Michael and Rudy Marinosi. It's been a ton of fun. Thank you guys. I hope to see you in the next one.